Good morning. This is the second time doing this. I did my intro and then realised I didn't press the go live button, so sorry about that. Happy Saturday morning. Hope everyone's doing well. I see we've got Dan and Alexandra in the chat. I'm having to keep my voice a little bit hushed because it's very early in the morning and I don't want to annoy or wake up my flatmate. So I imagine most of Britain is still in bed at 8 AM, but here we are doing a deadline stream. I hope you're all doing well. There's a lot going on today. I'm wildcarding. I'm just going to share that with you now. There you go, there's my wildcard draft. Dan's hardly looked at his team, was thinking of wildcarding, but haven't had the time to properly plan it. Yeah, I don't mind what you've done there, mate. This is my wildcard team, for what it's worth. I'm eagerly awaiting a Man City leak because, they are they're the first kickoff. So we should get a leak about their lineup. And I really like the thought of having Rico Lewis in my team. So yeah, but if he doesn't play, it's a hard one. Basically, I think I've still got the two teams here. I do. So I'm kind of deciding between two wildcard drafts at the moment. This is the one I have currently. This is just a view of that with the Fantasy Football Hub expected points on. So this is where I am currently. And the reason I've got this team is because I've owned Salah since the start of the season. And he has gone up to, I think it might be 12.7 now. Has he gone down again? He's still 12.8. So I've gained quite a bit of value in him, and selling him could be quite painful. So I haven't sold him yet. And then I also have this draft. So it's this very similar, but I've replaced Salah and Eze with Saka and Luis Diaz. And I've also been able to upgrade Lewis to Robertson. So a few subtle changes, but those are the two wildcard drafts that I'm deciding between at the moment. And I've currently obviously got the first team that you saw. So that's my decision at the moment, really. Notion Vids, is that the one with Saka in it, mate? Diaz does look like the next Mane, but Gakpo's played really well too. Yeah. And also, the team with Salah, I'm very happy to captain Salah, if that makes sense. Whereas if I didn't have Salah, I'd captain Haaland. You see where I'm coming from? I think the captaincy is quite powerful. And this week, I'm quite happy to captain Salah over Haaland. I think it's a good idea considering just how much Salah has been sold. Good day, Keith, from a wet Sydney. I'll just look out the window. It's a sunny Bristol in the UK today. I'm going POD captain. What does that mean? Is that just differential? Because yeah, I don't mind that. Salah on wildcard. Well, I'm on my wildcard, and I've got Salah. So yes, I would recommend it. Yeah, I agree, Alexandru. Hopefully Lewis does start. It's good to see you in the stream, mate. Thank you as ever for joining. I've got a feeling quite a lot of people will be interested in deadline streams today with it being a popular time to wildcard. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Again, just looking back, the other alternative is Saka and Luis Diaz and Robertson instead of Eze, Salah and Rico Lewis. So that's the decision basically. So if you think about it at face value, I would agree. But I'm captaining Salah this week, so that's the thing. I think captaincy is really powerful. FPL can, mate. If you're happy with your team, I don't see a really clear time other than like this week where you could use it. So for me, just hold on to it and don't really worry. I don't think you need to be massively stressed about when you play your wildcard. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it, mate. Just keep hold of it, and I think you'll probably find out the time will come. Laura, shoulder's doing okay. I actually swam using my right arm last night, so it's a little bit sore. But I've got a couple of days off this weekend. Back in the pool on Monday, and it's feeling better. Thank you. So I appreciate that. It's just a slow process, basically. I've been doing loads of rehab, stretching it, doing like banded pulls, icing it, doing everything I can. So yeah, hopefully we're getting good. Hopefully it's going to get better. Typhus 115. The thing with Lewis is I will decide on starting him if we get a Man City team leak. They're the first kickoff. So I would hope that people leak the Man City team on Twitter. And I'll be looking at that on this account, on this stream. I think the deadline, when's the deadline? Is it 11? Yeah, deadline's at 11. So, yeah, we'll be waiting basically for any Man City leaks. You hate looking at this template midfield. Oh, sorry about that. I don't trust in Kunku. Not doing that again. I think I'm going to hold Salah for a long time. I agree on Maddison. I just can't afford him, mate. I just can't afford him. Thank you, Soul Searcher. I've been trying my best. What's your opinion on... I don't actually mind Delict, you know? I don't actually mind him at all. I don't mind Robinson either. I think against Nottingham Forest, there is, in fact, I've done some score predictions. I think Forest and Fulham will be a pretty low-scoring game. I've got Forest winning that 1-0, but I think that game could go either way, to be honest, and I don't think it will be a goal fest. I'd be really surprised if Nottingham Forest and Fulham, there were loads of goals, which could even be a 0-0. Says the guy that's just gone for Chris Wood up front, right? But by the way, Chris Wood. So this season, this is goals scored starts. 3 goals, 5 starts. Last season, 14 goals in 20 starts. So his record, 19 goals. No, sorry, not 19 goals. 17 goals from 25 starts. And he is 6.2 million. I think that's pretty good. So I will be keeping hold of, I will be going for Chris Wood. And his injury record also is pretty good. And then if he fails, you can just go to DCL, right? Thoughts on going out there with Martinelli? I think his performance against Man City has probably meant he's going to start this weekend. But I don't think, if we just have a look at his stats, I have to remove a player in order to do so. If we just have a look at his stats, I don't think he has done anything really recently. So yeah, 1 assist in 4 games this season, 0.28 expected returns per 90, which is about, I think, the same as Gabriel. Last season, 11 returns in 24 starts. He just doesn't excite me really, mate. I know the fixtures are great and he probably plays, but he has played quite a lot of games. It's just doesn't excite me. Sorry, that's just my opinion, mate. If you like him, go for him, but I just think he doesn't fill me with excitement. Yeah, I tell you what, I don't think there's a whole lot between, to be honest, most people know you could probably tell me who the best goalkeepers in the game are already, Jim, and I don't think there's going to be all that much to separate them, to be completely honest with you. I think Flecken, Sanchez, Dean Henderson, Pickford, they'll all score around the same sort of points this season, and I think there's much of a muchness between them. The one thing I would say is that Chelsea are a better defence, I think, than people are giving credit for. So yeah, I'd go Sanchez. Why not? If you also told me, should you go Flecken instead of Sanchez, I'd probably say go for Flecken if that's what you feel. But if you've got like an inclination that Sanchez is going to be better, I'd pick him, because if it comes off, you're going to be really happy with yourself for doing it. One thing I probably would do, though, is he's only made one penalty save, hasn't he? But just try and take that out of your mind with the decision making, because a penalty save, I wouldn't call it a fluke. It's not a fluke, is it? But it's a big, like, I don't know. It's almost like an anomaly in the data, if that makes sense. Do you see where I'm coming from? Hopefully that's reasonable. Honestly, Fathi, if I've pronounced that correctly, I think Raya's 50-50. Arteta gave nothing away in his press conference, really. Will Ramsey, he should do. I think he will. I wouldn't pick him in FPL. I would probably start Rodgers, mate, because I do feel the Chelsea defence is actually all right. Yeah, unsustainable. There you go. That's a good word for the... Raya wasn't spotted with the hotel. Well, there you go then. That's all you need to know. I didn't even know that. I did a 1.5 hour live stream yesterday where I looked at all the news. I guess that may have been a nighttime thing. I was training last night, so I would have missed that. I'm not. The thing is, and I completely respect people's thoughts on showing me Luis Diaz's stats, etc. But the thing is with Diaz, is Gakpo has been playing really well as well. And his minutes, Diaz's minutes have not been as good as Salah's. So Salah has played 90 minutes. He played 82 in one game. But he's played 90 minutes every game so far, right? Diaz, I think the most he's played... Let's not do that. I zoom out. Diaz, the most he's played... He's played 90 in the first game, and then it's 71, 60, 65. And I know his underlying numbers are really good, but I just think he is a minutes risk. There's no doubt about it. Even if he's been playing well, so has Cody Gakpo. And also, there's not that much to separate him and Salah right now. Salah's got 3 goals, 4 assists. Diaz has 5 goals, 1 assist. So total return, Salah is actually beating Diaz. And also, Salah just has a bigger track record behind him, right? Yes, Diaz is in great form, looking really good. But Salah, for the last 7 or 8 years he's played for Liverpool, he's consistently scored like 20 goals a season. So I just think Diaz is way better, personally. Oh, Diaz? I just said Diaz is way better. Salah is way better. Sorry, but I can see why people would pick Diaz. But for me, I think just go for Salah. I can't not have Salah. Oh God. Well, I'm not going to answer your question, mate. Why would you spam the chat with such a random question? I'll just zoom back in so you can see the team. Ooh. We've got 145 people watching at 8:13 a.m. Holy moly. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for joining. If you're enjoying the stream, please leave a like. I'd really appreciate that. Sorry I'm speaking a bit hushed, but it is 8 a.m. and I don't want to wake up everyone in my flat. For me, Jim, it's Salah plus Eze versus Diaz and Saka. And yeah, it really does depend if you want Saka. For me, I'll just go back. In fact, I'll go back to Saka, sorry. So I'm not going to tell anyone that Saka is a bad FPL pick, right? I'd be very wrong to say that. But his returns are really propped up by assists so far, right? Obviously, a lot of that is from taking corners. The last 2 assists he's got is from taking corners for Gabriel, right? Which is, no doubt a good thing. But I don't think he's been all that dangerous from a goal-scoring perspective. And I like picking players that score goals rather than nail assists all the time. I don't know about you, but that's just my opinion. So, yeah, I just prefer I prefer having Salah. I'm sorry. And the thought of selling Salah for Saka, which I would have to do, just doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel right. And also, I really like the option of captaining Salah this week because he's got Wolves who, well, Gary O'Neill in his press conference yesterday said there's a real illness going through the squad at the moment. So a lot of his players are going to be out. So a Wolves team who are I would say, definitely one of the lower level teams in the league at the moment. They've rotated their players because they've got injuries. And Salah has been sold by probably quite a lot of players in and around my rank. A lot of engaged managers, I would say, who are kind of my main competition, I would suggest. If I want to finish in the top 10, top 100k, something like that. So the thought of Salah being actually a little bit of a differential and then being able to captain him is quite a good idea. And I also feel like, yes, Haaland might net a goal against Newcastle. And I know Newcastle have not been great this season so far. But I always feel it's almost like Liverpool at Anfield with Newcastle at St James's Park. They always seem to raise their game to the next level. And I think on their day at St James's Park, regardless of the kind of form that they're in, I always feel that Newcastle can get a result against anyone at St James's Park. So for that reason, I'm going to captain Salah this week. 10 a.m. for Alexandru, 10:15 in Rhodes. Mark's, you on holiday, Mark, or are you living in Rhodes? That's pretty cool. Havertz over Solanke. I've been saying this on multiple videos and streams, and it's probably going to bite me, but I'm not massive on Kai Havertz. Especially with the Odegaard injury, actually. Because he will just have games where he plays in midfield. And I don't think you want to be picking an 8 million striker that plays in midfield. And that, he might well start up front today, but week on week, I think until Odegaard is back, there is always a risk that he plays in the midfield. And you don't want to be spending 8 million on a striker that can just play in midfield. Yeah, there you go, Notion Vids. Saka as captain. Yeah, I don't mind captaining Saka if you've got him. For me, I would always order it, to be honest. Most weeks, I would always say, genuinely think Salah and Haaland are kind of almost neck and neck in terms of captaincy in my mind this week. I'd say something like that. You have to put Luis Diaz up there, I think, just for this week, because I think he's pretty much guaranteed to start. And I would say Saka's up there as well. Definitely. He's one of 3 or 4 options I would give the captaincy to. In fact, let's have a look at this. So this is an account on Twitter, RobTFPL. He takes data from betting markets, basically. So gambling companies that invest millions of pounds in their projection algorithms to work out projected goal scorers, basically. And this is, I should do a captaincy poll. And these are the top players for projected goals this week. I think there are 3 options on there. It's Haaland, Salah, and Saka, right? Maybe other. I'll do an other. Mark, my pleasure, mate. Is it just a chill out and relax holiday, or are you gonna do a bit of exploring? There's a poll. Oh, start Solanke or DCL. My God. Who else have you got in your team, Minimal, to be having to make that decision? That feels like a real headache, and I wouldn't be able to decide. You think Foden and Savio are good picks? Honestly, mate, I think Man City, in terms of their midfielders, if you played the game for a few years, which I imagine you have, back when they had Mahrez in their team, at times Mahrez was a really good FPL option. When you knew he was playing, you'd always think he's a good option. And I think Savio is basically a reincarnation of Mahrez. And I also think he's going to eat into, well, I guess with De Bruyne injured, that could be good for Foden. But I think you should consider Foden and Savio the kind of same expected minutes that Foden and Mahrez had like 2 or 3 seasons ago, if that makes sense. So for periods of time, they're going to be good options because they'll start if they're in good form. But also, they're always going to be minutes risks. Does that make sense? So I know 2 or 3 years ago, I never picked the likes of Mahrez and Foden because you just didn't know who was going to play. And I don't think, given he was out at the start of the season, and when he came on against Arsenal as well, to be honest, all season so far, when he has played, I don't think he's looked all that good. So I don't think Pep will be starting him, if that makes sense. I think he needs to kind of earn his place back. Good morning, Dylan. It depends, completely depends, Mark, on who you're planning to sell, really, if it's a hit. Bourbon Legend, that is some commitment. 3:20 a.m. Wow, fair play. Who do you think the best 4.5? I know, mate. I've got him in my team. I would go for him. I think he's probably the best. Colwell's pretty good as well. Obviously, Rico Lewis, if you can get up to him. Okay, I had Raya and João Pedro on my wildcard. Definitely, mate. I would just get Flecken or Rob Sanchez or Pickford or Henderson. And then I would look to get Chris Wood in for João Pedro, mate. I had the same issue around João Pedro, which actually led me to wildcard and pick Chris Wood. I don't know, Punny. That's just what the betting odds say. I see your issue, Minimal. That's quite the benching headache, isn't it? Who have Bournemouth got? Bournemouth got Southampton, so it's really hard to justify that. God, my gut feel, mate, is to bench, just for this game week, is to bench Solanke. But you could genuinely captain any of them, bench any of them. What about, I wouldn't captain Semenyo. I don't think he's done enough to deserve a captaincy yet. I would always want to captain a penalty taker as well, if I had the option. Unless there was a guy playing at the level of Messi who wasn't on pens. Or double game week, for example. I would always want to captain a penalty taker. Morning, Shaniel, mate. Good to see you. I thought of you last night. I was watching, while I was having my dinner, I was watching Ted Kravitz. You've probably seen it. There's a YouTube video of Ted Kravitz trying on all the tech that drivers use to cool themselves down at Singapore. And there's a video of Ted Kravitz getting in an ice bath, if you're interested. I love Ted Kravitz. He's great. Good morning, Antonio. Would you gamble on keeping Raya? I think you kind of have to, really. I wouldn't take a hit to change my keeper, gotta say. Downgrade Aina to Mikalenko and upgrade Eze to either Madison or Bowen. Same draft as yours. Ooh. Being able to do Aina too, I think I'd do that. You must be in a better financial place than me, because I can't afford that. But I don't mind that. Yeah, Nils, what I'll do, I'll end this captaincy poll. If you remind me at the 45-minute, 1:45, whatever hour it is in New Zealand, if you remind me at 1:45, I will change the poll to a wildcard one. Good morning, Freddie. No, I think Evan Nilsson, the new striker for Bournemouth, is their pen taker. Or it could be Tavernier. Yeah, I don't know, basically. Tavernier. Eze and Byrne, or Mbumo and FaZe. Oh, I see. I would do Mbumo and Greaves, mate. Not a problem, G-Wiz. Good morning, Cortex, mate. Good to see you. Have done the same as you, Captain Salah. I agree, mate. Is your captain locked? If so, you have some balls. Do I? I don't know. I'm quite happy with Captain Salah. Archer on bench. Archer. Cameron Archer. Yeah, probably. Ryan Muric. Yeah, I don't mind that. I quite like the thought of having the two Brentford keepers because you're always going to get one that plays. Watkins, and I don't really care for having a third Brentford player. Yeah, Salah's going to troll me once more. Liverpool will win like 8-0 and he won't do anything. What's the data? I don't know. I think they've just seen him play, mate. I think he's done all right. The underlying numbers are not amazing, but for 5 million, I think he's done all right. Sure thing, Shaniel. Yeah, no, I think Evan Nilsson took it and missed it, didn't he? Yeah, because Rob Sanchez saved it. Yeah, that's exactly why, mate. I don't know how to say it, the Van guy. That's exactly why AI likes Rodgers, mate. Yeah, completely agree, Nils. I think you've made the right decision there, though. I'm not big on Havertz myself. Thoughts on Carvalho to rotate? Maybe. I just think Semenyo is the one. I don't know how much Carvalho is, actually. I've not looked for him, but if you can get to Semenyo, or even Dibbling, I think, save a bit of cash and go for Dibbling. William Blue Moon, I've had him since the start of the season, and to be honest, that's probably the reason why I still have him. That's one of the reasons, because I've got so much cash. Oh, Carvalho's 4.8. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Yeah, Watkins is always going to be a solid pick in my mind. I think he's a little bit too expensive for the level of returns that I think he will get this season. I think the level of returns he got last year, I think he got 19 goals, 18 assists. I just think that's unsustainable, and I don't think he's going to replicate that this year. So therefore, I would probably get a what was I going to say? I just think the cheaper strikers are going to get a similar level of returns. Like Chris Wood, he's basically performing at the level that Ollie Watkins did last season, right? He's 3 million less. So for me, I think Ollie Watkins is good, don't get me wrong. But the fact he doesn't take pens, well, he's not confirmed to take penalties at least. And he's expensive. And he's not quite looked as good as he did last season this year. That would kind of put me off a little bit. Which teams have good fixtures in the next 4 game weeks? Arsenal. Liverpool I always feel like Liverpool just have good fixtures, even though they don't. Liverpool have not got that amazing fixtures. Brentford have amazing fixtures. You see there? Brentford's fixtures are really good. I'm pretty sure Spurs' fixtures are also really good. Although I think giving Brighton a green is a bit unfair. I think Villa have good fixtures too. Yeah, Villa got good games. Man City, they've always got good fixtures, haven't they? Because they're a good team. Man City got good fixtures, look. Or at a music school, that's really hard. Really hard. It just depends on the rest of your team, really. I think if you need someone who's going to play every game to be cover, I'd go for Aina. But if you want to be a bit risky, I'd go for Lewis. That's probably the reason I do. My reason behind that. Nice one, Cortex. I think I woke up at that time as well, to be completely honest. Soul Searcher, I like that. I do feel like once Luke Shaw and Dallo are both playing, obviously that relies on Luke Shaw getting back to fitness. I would question Mazawari's minutes. I do think Maddison's a good shout. His underlying numbers are actually insane. I'm just going to zoom out of this so we can have a look at Maddison's numbers a second. Because they are really, really good. Oh, I don't want to buy FIFA. Yeah, Maddison's underlying numbers are really, really good. 0.96 expected returns per 90 he's putting up at the moment, which is better than Luis Diaz and Salah. Just saying. It's a bit too big, isn't it? There we go. Just do my prayers and stayed up since. Fair enough, man. I've done the same. I've had a coffee as well. So yeah, I would say Maddison. I've got João Pedro with Haaland and DCL. My midfield with Pedro benched is Salah and Bumo, Eze, Semenyo. I'd hold on to Pedro. Just give him one more week. We just don't have enough news about him. Thank you, Alexandru. Yeah, please give the stream a like if you're enjoying it. Mohammed Hassan, what do you think of keeping Salah over Saka? I think it's this week or nothing to get Saka, really, mate. And the thought of selling Salah to get Saka just doesn't sit right with me, personally. I don't think so, Liam. I don't think so. The guys, I think Wood and Aina are safe. Wood might not be a 90-minute man, but I think he's going to start most games. And Aina's played, well, got sub then, but sticking with Aina. I would say Alex Moreno is the minutes risk of the Forest defenders. Ooh, Duran or Wood. I mean, I'm on my wildcard, mate, so your answer's there. I think he could. Do you not think Tottenham are going to score against Man United? I think they're going to score plenty of goals. I think Solanke could do really well against Man United. Agree on Vandenberg. Unfortunately, I already have triple Brentford. Bench Smith Rowe, Chris Wood. I would bench Smith Rowe because Chris Wood is on penalties. Fair enough, Dylan. Thoughts on Jackson? Yeah, I don't mind it. Saliba, Gabriel, Saka, Wood, or Gabriel, Robertson, Saka, Havertz. I'd go. I would go Gabriel, Robertson, Saka, and Wood, personally, and then spend the money elsewhere. I'm not big on Saka. I agree on Duran. I agree. And I also agree with Cortex. Still thinking of replacing Pedro for Solanke for a hit. It could be worth a hit. The thing we don't have is info about how long Pedro's going to be out for. I guess it doesn't matter like week on week, does it? I guess also, mate, it just depends on what your team looks like. Like if you can field 11 decent players, I probably wouldn't do it, even if that meant going 4 at the back. Maybe you just have to kind of limp through this game week and reassess next. Yeah. I do think the fixture Solanke has is not a bad one at all. I'd say Solanke over Havertz rather than Watkins. Winks or Hall. Yeah, I've started. To be fair, mate, the highest rank I got to this season was when I triple captained Haaland and started Winks. So I guess the thing you have to think, right, is in order to make the hit justifiable, I'm just doing it in my head for you. So the player has to score 4 more points than the player that you're taking out or the alternative. So the alternative is keep João Pedro and start Winks. Unless he gets booked, he likely gets a 2-pointer, right? So Solanke, in order to make the hit worthwhile, has to score more than 6 points this game week if you start Harry Winks. So if you back Solanke to score more than 6 points this week, then the hit is worth it. But if you can start Winks, score 2 points, you see where I'm coming from? So that's, I think, what you have to have in your head when making that decision. Or same with Lewis Hall, of course. And to be fair, he's obviously got Man City, but you'll hopefully get a leak as to who's playing for Newcastle before the deadline. Mate, I would consider starting Vardy over. I always just like the thought of starting strikers and midfielders over defenders, regardless of their fixtures. I just really like Solanke, mate. I really like him. Bruno versus Diaz. Teams 1 is steady. Yeah, I'd probably pick Diaz, although I wouldn't really have either, to be honest. Exactly, Nils, yeah. But then you don't have to take a hit to remove him next week, is the thing. See what I mean? That was my thinking there. Yeah, Watkins could be a good captain, but I like captaining a penalty taker, personally. Bruno Fernandes is decent. I can't not say that, but I wouldn't have him, I don't think. Dalkovic, Watkins and Winks, Greasewood and Mbumo. I don't think that's worth it. Definitely not worth it. I don't even think that's worth it for free, let alone a hit. That's a really tough call, Dakshin, Diaz or Mbumo. That's really tough. I'd say long-term Mbumo, short-term Diaz. Yeah, mate, I really need a City leak if I'm starting Diaz at the moment. Yeah, Vardy has got a good record, but he's also getting on. I saw him in the Championship last season, mate, and he didn't look all that good at times. Because I prefer Salah, mate, quite simply, and I'm going to captain him this week. And I've had him since the start, so I've made a bit of team value. Can I check it on this screen? I don't actually think my team value is all that good, you know. There you go, 100.6. I've been a bit screwed on price rate changes. Haaland less of a captain option. Yeah, probably. That's another thing to consider as well. Newcastle at St James's Park, I think, are a really different outfit. And then Wolves are missing a load of players because they've got an illness going through their camp. And Man City are missing Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri, who, you know, you could strongly argue are their two best and most important players. Flecken, Salah, Havertz, or Flecken, Saka, Solanke? Why would you downgrade Salah to Saka and then get Solanke in? I don't understand that. Oh, are you because you're tripled up on Arsenal? I would personally go Flecken, Salah and Solanke. I wouldn't touch Jota or Darwin. I support two football teams. So I live in Bristol, not too far from the Bristol City ground, and I have a season ticket there. And I also grew up a Man United fan, so I have two teams. I see the logic there, Andy. Thoughts on captaining Semenyo? I think the sample size of good data from him is too small to captain. And also, it's not too small to pick him. But I think when you've got players like Haaland, Salah, Saka, I think it's too risky, man. I agree, Nils. I put out a tweet yesterday saying I think the price changes have gone crazy this week. I've never felt the need previously to do early transfers. And yeah, this season's been crazy. Also, I do think this is a record for live viewers, by the way. 266 people watching. That's crazy. Thank you, everyone. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to say hello in the chat and leave a like on the stream if you're enjoying it. I've got if people fancy it, we can do it at 1:45. We can do a little FPL quiz if you like. I've got some quiz questions for you. Let us know in the chat if you fancy doing a little quiz. The quizzes are always fun. And if you get 4 out of 4, you don't win a prize, unfortunately. But it's good fun. Rodgers or Solanke? Oh my god. I'd probably say Solanke, you know. Big ups Filton, mate. Big ups Filton. No prizes. Unfortunately, I'm not rich. Maybe once the channel grows, I could do a weekly prize for the quiz. Favorite FIFA song? It's got to be from FIFA 13 or FIFA 12. FIFA 12 and FIFA 13 were the best games for FIFA soundtracks, in my opinion. Yeah, one of those games. We'll keep going for another 5 minutes, and then I'll do the quiz. Bruno, João Pedro, better than Solanke and Dibbling. Well, I can't say that because João Pedro's injured, and I would say you could do better. Surely you can get better than Dibbling if you have Solanke. Or I must say I watched KSI when he made FIFA 11 content about Heskey. And then Road to Division 1 in FIFA 12. I think he did it in FIFA 13. There was a video about M&EK, I remember that. That was like my teenage years watching him. But when he got into diss tracks and boxing and stuff, I kind of just lost interest. No, I mean, the guy's an absolute genius entrepreneur, isn't he? But I just kind of lost interest, really. But he did one, it's just when I was kind of just losing interest. He did one with a YouTuber called, was it Quadeca? Something like that. And Quadeca, if that's correctly pronounced, he's actually a very talented artist. And the diss track he did on KSI was the best one I've seen. There you go. Listen to that, by the way, if you haven't. He's very good. I have wildcarded Spurs 72 Comrade. I'll call you Comrade. Hey dude, hope the training went well. Yeah, we didn't do too bad. I actually swam properly, so that's good. Is there a reason for everyone preferring Lewis instead of Mazwari? I think long term their minutes are fairly similar, because I think Dallo and you're right about FIFA 04. I had FIFA 04 as well. It also had Jerk It Out on it, didn't it? Yeah, Caesars, there you go. That was probably the earliest FIFA I can remember. And then I had PES 5 after that. I played PES after that. If you think that on Calvert-Lewin, then pick Calvert-Lewin, mate. Who should I start between? I'd always favour Solanke. I think Raya. So I heard that Raya was not seen at the team hotel this week. Or this weekend. Good afternoon from the Philippines. Big up, mate. Start Porro versus United or McNeil at home v Palace? What do you guys think? Help our corner Shopify out there. Would you start Porro or McNeil? I would also agree. That's why I've gone for Chris Wood over DCL. I don't trust his injury record. Watch him play and put it yet. Haven't seen enough from Ndai yet. Hi there, who do you think is the best dressed FPL content creator? You can't really see what I'm wearing. I've just got a quarter zip on. I like to think it's pretty fresh though. I'm not too worried about Wood. I think it'd be fine. Thoughts on Cunha as a bench for now? I think it's a bit too much to be spending on a bench player. Yeah, I see your dilemma, Niels. I don't think I'd rush Raya out, but I'd definitely do something about... Yeah, you were in a bit of trouble here. I don't think it's free hit territory, but I think it could be hit territory. I guess, the question I would have for you, if you're looking to replace Raya, is there a long-term goalkeeper option you'd rather have or you would accept? If so, do it. But if you really want Raya in long-term, I'd keep Raya and just go with 10. You're saying FPL Harry is best dressed. Fair enough, mate. I don't think many people get to see what I wear because I have a like small screen. Saliba, Gabriel, and Saka, or Gabriel, Saka, and Havertz. Oh, the first one. I think the best. Well, I'm on my wild card and I've got Flecken in goal. I think he's the best replacement for David Raya. I've not missed much, John. Just been chatting about my wildcard draft, basically. I use OBS for my lives. I use a bit of PowerPoint and a bit of, it's called, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, I use PowerPoint basically to do all my graphics. And OBS to do my streaming. And DaVinci Resolve to do my editing. There you go. I am a little bit worried about no Arsenal attack, but Captain and Boomo, eh? Maybe Mike, but they only have Leicester. I don't think Leicester are the most dangerous team. Raya or Raya? I'll go Raya, mate. I also don't mind Sanchez as a replacement. Yeah, there you go, Nils. There's your answer then, mate. Why no Arsenal attack? Wow, I've got Salah, mate. I'm going to do the quiz. So this is a good one. He's been all the talk in my chat this week. But how much do you know about Luis Diaz? How many goals has he scored this season? Has he scored 4 goals, 6 goals, 5 goals, or 7 goals? How many goals has Luis Diaz scored? Everyone's picking him up, but how many has he scored? DCL or Rogers, love the trim. Oh, thank you very much. What's the context of the question? Is it one to start? Is it the one to start? Because I'd probably start DCL as the pen taker. Bloody hell, I've got loads of people answering questions. We're busy in the stream this morning. 271 people watching. Wow. Lots of 5s, a few 6s and a 4. I'll leave it up for a couple more seconds. Just have a drink and then I'll change it. Diaz has scored 5 goals so far this season. So well done everyone that said 5. There's lots of 5s. Nils, Minimal, John, Matteo, Connor, Alexandru, John, Kingdom of Kai, Cortex, Notion Vids, Aziball, King Boo, Lobby Oliver, G Wiz, Minimal, Mike, Akshay, Keith. You've all said 5. Well done. Next question. Who is leading the league for assists this season? Who's got the most assists in the league this season? Is it Cole Palmer, Bukayo Saka, Mo Salah, or Wilfred Ndidi? Wilfred Ndidi is up there, may I say. But who's got the most assists this season? Unfortunately, John, there is no prize this season for the quiz, because I do one every week and I don't have enough money to give someone a prize every week yet. Blimey, loads of people. Answers are flying in. Wow. Thank you everyone for tuning into the stream. 275 is the most I've ever had, so that's incredible. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Stick around if you are. Please subscribe and give us a like. Sorry, my bottle's quite loud, isn't it? I'll try and do that away from the mic. Awesome, Cortex. Thank you very much, mate. I'll check that out. Right. The answer, I'll reveal the answer now. It's Saka. He's got 5 assists. We'll just see it got it right. Cortex, Wilson, Corner Shopify, Jimmy, Connor, Kingdom of Kai. He's definitely got 2 out of 2 so far. Matteo, he's got 2 out of 2. Keith, Alexandru's got 2 out of 2. Atom Music School, King Boo, Graham. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's Graham. Gee whiz, anyway. Sorry, I'm pretty sure it's Graham. I can't remember how I remember that. Sam saying Saka. Is that Sam Elliott, by the way, Sammy? Good to see you, mate, if so. Akshay's on Saka. That's correct. 2 out of 2 for Gee whiz. I'm popping up on I think him, what did he say? He plugged my stream, didn't he? So I think that's done the job. Oh, it's not Sam Elliott. Don't worry, man. Which goalkeeper has made the most saves in the league this season? There's 2 more questions. This is question number 3. There's 4 in total. David Raya, Nick Pope, Rob Sanchez, or Flecken? Which goalkeeper has made the most saves so far in the league this season? Bloody hell. Everyone said Flecken so far. Gee whiz, he's given himself 3 out of 3 already. You don't even know if it's right. No one has said anything but Flecken. Sanchez, Raya, probably Flecken. Oh, I can't show you. CPM goes through the roof. It's crazy, isn't it? I don't do it to for any of that. I quite enjoy doing the quiz. It looks like other people do too. Good. That's a good test, actually, if people watch my videos. That's what I've gone for him. I've given away the answer there, haven't I? Right, the answer, of course, is Flecken. 28 saves. So well done to Cortex, Yohu, Wilson, Connor, King Boo, Keith Longe. I'll give you help on your team when the quiz is done, mate. Corner Shopify, Atom Music School, Mateo, John, Haziball, Keith, Minimal, Sam, Norris, Haziball. We said it twice. FPL Bantam, G Wiz, Nils. Who else said it? Oh, Richard, actually, I'm afraid that you're incorrect. 5.6 saves per 90 here in that stat. Hey, I've been banging on about it. I think it's a valuable one. All right. The final question then. Let's see who can get 4 out of 4. Which player? Oh, you, Sam, and Nils. You're competing with each other at the moment for the mug. I want to see some handshakes in the chat between Nils and Sam. I'm pretty sure Nils is still top. So yeah, which player has missed the most big chances in the league this season? Is it Ollie Watkins, Cameron Archer of Southampton, Eze, or Bruno Fernandes? I thought that would be a bit of a trickier question to end things off. The other ones I'd imagine quite a lot of people would get, but this one's quite tricky. There's loads of different answers here. I would say the answer's not even close either. So one is definitely leading the way. Azzy Ball's put it in 4 times. You only need to put it in once, mate. I'll see the messages, don't worry. Right. Easy questions. There you go. The answer is Ollie Watkins. 7. He's missed 7. So, a well done to, who said it? Notion Vids, Yoo-hoo. Alex Andrew just put a smile in the chat. Whether he put Watkins or not, I don't know. It's just a smile for me. I'll share the chat. I've just got a smiley face from him. Keith said Eze. Who else said Watkins? Connor said Watkins. Bantam said Watkins. Steve said Watkins. Neymar. Who else said Watkins? Akshay said Watkins. Okay, I think I covered everyone there. Let me know if you got 4 out of 4. G-Wiz got 4 out of 4. Well done, man. Are you happy with 4 questions, by the way? I think 4 is quite a good number, but I can do more if people want. Rubbish quiz. Oh, come on, man. That's not fair. Took ages doing that last night. Just to be told it's rubbish. We got more questions. All right, next week I'll up the numbers. I could only think of 4 good questions that I haven't repeated. We'll do 5 next week. After watching Starship Troopers tonight, I saw it as a sign that 2 of the main characters are called John Rico and Watkins. So I put them in my wildcard team right away. Must trust the signs. That's not Starship Troopers, but I'm going to do that anyway. Cheers, John. I'll tell you what, I'll do that then. I'll do 5 questions every week. 4 of them will be quite achievable, and then I'll make a 5th one really hard. How about that? It'd be like a little tiebreaker. Yeah, I will now. Ramith, please give me help for my front 3. DCL or Wood plus Solanke, or Jackson plus Haaland. Oh, Jackson and Haaland, mate. But I would go... I think the thought of Jackson v Solanke is actually quite close, to be honest. The reason I've got Flecken, mate... What was the answer? I had to jump out of the works, fan. Oh, big ups, Rich, if you're working, mate. So the last question, it was Watkins. He's missed 7. The reason I've gone for Flecken, and if you've watched my videos, you'd be bored of me saying this, but he is leading the league in terms of saves. He's getting 5.6 saves per game. So he's made 6 saves, 6 saves, 5 saves, 5 saves, 6 saves. Oh, we could do. Yeah, how do I... I'll need to... If anyone knows how I can give away a week's membership, please let me know, because I will definitely do that. Unless it shouldn't cost me money to do that, I don't think. Can I do that? Then I've got to ask people who got 5 out of 5 and everyone's going to say they did. I'll have a look at that. I'll have a look into that. I'm a bit new to all this membership thing. If anyone can show me how I do that, then that'd be great. I think that's Steve Green, isn't it? From last week. He was like, it's a really good idea, Neil. Thank you very much for that suggestion. And yeah, I was just looking at Flecken's fixtures. I think there's a good chance of some clean sheets there. I'd love a membership. Let me see if I can do it. I'm going to use John as an example. I'm going to try and gift you a membership, mate. You've been in a lot of my streams. I don't know how do I gift someone a membership? I'm going to Google it a second. Oh, so you can, other viewers can gift other viewers membership, but I don't know if I can. I should be able to. I don't know. No, Kingdom of Kai, I don't do this full time. To be honest, mate, I'll be completely honest with you. I get paid a little bit of money every month for your membership. I'll obviously see your messages more quickly and easily in the chat because you've got a logo next to your name. And most of my videos, yeah, I think pretty much all of my videos you'll get early access to. So I usually upload 4 p.m.-ish most days. And yeah, you'll probably get the video in the morning because I usually record them early on before I start work. But it all depends on what my schedule looks like most of the time. Yeah, I don't think I can Cortex. I think another viewer has to gift it to another viewer rather than me as the YouTuber gifting it, if that makes sense. I think has Shaniel done it or was it someone else? I know Gianni gifts membership every week. Does he? Let me just see if I can do it to someone else then. Maybe I'm just going to check on my phone a sec. See if I can do it on my phone. Yeah, Shaniel did it last year. I remember that. It was very kind of you, mate. Let's go back to my team a second. I'm just going to see if I can watch my own stream and gift someone a membership. What would be amazing if I could reach 9,000 subscribers on the stream today. If anyone fancies helping me do that. No, I've just gone on your channel on my phone, Cortex, and it still doesn't give me the option. I wish I could. It doesn't look like I can. I'm a project manager. That's my main job, mate. Well, more of a bid manager now, actually. So I put together proposals and estimates and costs for big contracts, basically, that my company competes for other companies with. No dramas, mate. I know you're probably a moderator for someone else, GWiz, so thank you for coming, mate. Yeah, I think only viewers can gift subs. If anyone's got a, I can't say Kingdom of Kai really, what I actually do it in. I wish I could, but it's probably not appropriate that I share that publicly. Yeah, I'm a project manager. What was I going to say? Yeah, if anyone's got like a sensible, reasonable prize I could do for the quiz, then please let me know. Please let me know. Maybe become a member of yourself. I can't do that, unfortunately. Holly Shan does it too, does she? I have to work out how to do that. A £5 each week. £4,000. $100. I don't think so, man. People want to send me some super chats to fund that bucket of money, then I'm very happy to. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm only a little YouTuber. I don't earn that much money. 88k. I don't have that kind of money, mate. Did my wild card. Fleck and Gabriel, TA, Luis, Diaz, Mbumo, Saka, Semenyo. Yeah, no suggestions, Steve. That's great. No suggestions, mate. I guess the one suggestion I would have actually is just on the goalkeepers. It's pretty boring. A signed photo of yourself. Oh, come on, man. No one wants that. I went for the Brentford goalkeeper double up. Just if there's an injury to Flecken, it means I don't have to use a transfer on my goalkeeper. So that's all I'd suggest, really, Steve. Yeah. Private dance for the winner. Good God. Good morning, David. Where's the source for that Raya dropout? What's the update? Apparently you didn't travel with the team. I'm going to, no dramas, Steve. Hopefully that helped you, mate. I'm just going to check Twitter to see if I can find that source myself. Bear with. What is the prize for KSI stream? League. Just looking to see if there is Flecken news. Flecken, Raya. Thank you, Cortex. I'll tell you if it's reputable or not. This is my legitimate leaked FPL team news Twitter list. And I haven't seen it. Flecken's a great choice. Oh, there we go. Tiki Taka Connor saying that Raya is not in the Arsenal hotel. He's a pretty reputable account as well, isn't he? Yeah. Pretty reputable account saying that Raya's not at the hotel. I'm just going to check out what you did, but I don't want to show my Twitter DMs, if that's okay, Cortex. Cheers, bro. Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, cheers, bro. We found it at the same time that you sent it to me. Oh, that's quite useful. Let's have a look at this leak thread together. That's really useful, mate. Thank you to Sam FPL, Regret FPL. Check him out. There's the Raya update. No more? No, that's it so far. I liked his advice there, actually. Good morning, Harmony. Good to see you. Thanks for joining again. 50. He's given away 50k. Bloody hell. The guy's absolutely loaded, isn't he, to be fair? Fathy, I'm really confused as to your question there. There's not enough information for me to help you, I'm afraid. It's not worded correctly for me to help you there. Sorry, man. Don't know if anyone else can make sense of that. Try again, mate. Especially if English is not your first language, man. Do not worry. I have two drafts. One with Lewis, Aina, Savinho, Havertz. The other has Saliba, Mikolenko. I like the second one, mate. Anyone feeling brave and starting? Which Neto are you talking about? Are you talking about the Arsenal Neto or Pedro Neto? Because I probably wouldn't start either, to be fair. Yeah, Son's an interesting one, actually. I don't know. I don't think we'll find out either. I'm pretty sure his game's on Sunday, so I don't think we'll find out, to be honest. You've got to take the risk. Which, by the way, is extra reason to consider Solanke, because if Son doesn't play, you've got to think Solanke takes penalties, right? I do think Son will play, though. I'm pretty sure the last three on KSI Mini, the troops pay for a holiday. Fair enough. I need 2 4 million defenders. Greaves and Van der Berg of Brentford, unless Greaves has gone up. Greaves, mate. I'd be a little bit hesitant about having 2 Greaves. Should I do a -4 to replace Raya? Oh, Paul, that's so generous of you. Thank you, mate. Morning, champ. Who would you sell out of Palmer or Saka to fund Pedro to Solanke and Diaz? I can't handle Pedro in my team anymore. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Right, I'm going to, because you've sent a super chat. So you're going to do that in game week 7, are you? So I'm gonna really look into this for you because you've just done me a super chat. Bear with. I'm going to use 2 sources of information. We're gonna solve this problem for you the best I can. My gut feeling is I'd go for Saka because he's cheaper, and FPL Review absolutely love Saka at the moment. Hey Cortex, you do you, man. No dramas at all. You do you. So, detailed game week data. Next 3 game weeks. Well, they're close, but Saka is edging it, look. FPL Review, Saka is edging it. Fantasy Football Hub. What are you looking at? You want to go 5 game weeks? And again, Saka and Palmer are really close in Fantasy Football Hub, but Saka is edging it. So, expected points-wise, mate, Saka is leading. So, and my gut said Saka, didn't it? So, yeah, go Saka. Hopefully that helps you, man. I really appreciate your generosity there. Yeah, what currency is that? That's pretty cool. I will do some team reviews, Nils. Give me 10 minutes. I also promised to change the poll, didn't I? Oh, Paul, you and Shaniel can be... got 2 South African members here. What's the poll saying? The poll has had 531 votes. Incredible. Haaland's leading the way by a long way. 65%. I'm going to end that poll now. Thanks everyone that voted. And we're going to do another one. We're going to do... Are you wildcarding this week? Thinking about it. I'll do a not sure as well. Still not sure. Are you oh bloody hell, Aaron, thank you very much. Are you going to Rome at some point, Shaniel? Have you been and gone? I remember you saying you were going. I'm pretty sure that was you. Thank you so much, Aaron. Decision. Greaves, Palmer, Wood, Colwill, Diaz, Havertz, or Mikalenko, Jota, Watkins. If you can do it, I would do Greaves, Saka, and Wood. But if you can't, I like Greaves, Palmer, Wood there. And also, context-wise with your team, it depends on if that defender that you're picking, you need to start them every week. If you need to start them every week, I'd probably go for the Colwill option. But if you can comfortably bench that defender most weeks, I would go for the Greaves option. How did you get on, Shannon? Did you enjoy it? Did you have lots of gelato? Oh, David, my pleasure, man. Cheers, Aaron, mate. That's very generous of you. Thanks so much. Hopefully that helps you, mate. Just feel free to chime in with any other questions or comments you got, man. That's the least I can do for you. I would agree on Wood, Andy. It's between him and Calvert-Lewin now. And I'd probably say with Wood's injury record being better, I think he is better than Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, unfortunately, if you haven't wildcarded, you have missed the price rises. Oh, bloody hell, Aaron. Thank you so much. I have locked Flecken, Fabianski, Trent, Gabriel, Lewis, Van der Berg, Rogers, Saka. Oh, so you've already got Saka. Mate, if you can, I would genuinely consider doing what I've done with the Brentford goalkeeper double up, because if Flecken got injured, you've always got cover and you don't have to use a transfer. The last thing you want to do with the position you're in with Flecken, if he did get injured, which could happen, You've got the backup already. You don't have to use a transfer. Whereas if he got injured, Fabianski obviously isn't first choice. So that's the first thing I would suggest. I would also, I'd really try and get Salah in if you can. I'm not sure if that's possible with your team. It should be though, because you're relatively similar to what I've got. I would try and get Salah in if you can, to be honest, over Saka and Palmer personally. Or sorry, Salah in if you can. So maybe, I don't know how you could do that, to be fair. Maybe you can't. But I like the Greaves Palmer Wood option, mate. Take a -4 to... I don't think I would. I don't think I would take a -4 to replace Raya. Hopefully I'm helping you, Aaron. One thing I could do, we could do some team reviews now. If you you might be on your wild card, in which case I wouldn't be able to help you with a team review, to be fair. Does that help you, mate? Yeah, just keep firing away with questions. You don't have to keep super chatting if you don't want to, mate. I really appreciate your generosity though. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, agree on Solanke. That's why I've got him. Tom, is it worth replacing Diaz with Salah by not having Saka? No, I think I would just keep hold of Diaz this week. Just this week, though. I don't think there's much to separate them. But long term, I think Salah is the better option. But I do think there's enough to suggest that Diaz is definitely going to play this week. And I can't deny that he is probably in slightly better form than Salah is. All right, let's do some team reviews on Draft Hound. 2 secs, just log in. So what I'll do, I'll just load up Draft Hound. Excuse me. I've been live since 8 AM, so I'm a little bit tired. Right, there we go. So in the interest of fairness, members get priority for these, by the way. Because they're members, that's how it works. I will do... Oh, I'm clicking on my OBS rather than... So Niels, anyone that's a member just gets priority. 5 team reviews. And then I will pick the first 5 that respond to that. Basically. And obviously Niels as well. You sure, man? Okay. I'll do the 5 guys that put in, and then I'll do you, Niels. You need your FPL ID, Sam. So Notion Vids and Theo. Just send me your FPL ID. The next international break is in 2 weeks. So that's 4. Well, we're looking for 1 more FPL ID, and then I'll stop it. There you go, stopping after Cortex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd go Aina, mate. Right, Notion Vids. Have a look at your team. The one thing I can't do, by the way, just to say, I should have said this beforehand, but the way, it's not just Draft Hound, it's every FPL team reviewing tool. I'll just look at Aaron's comment here a second. To go with those locked players above, I need to choose between those 3 sets of players. If I go Greaves, Palmer and Wood, I have 2 4 million defenders and 2 6 million strikers. Yeah, in that case, mate, I think you should probably downgrade Cole Palmer. I'll just have a look at your team. It's really tough. I would suggest going for Luis Diaz instead of Cole Palmer in that instance. I don't think you're tripled up on Liverpool. No. Yeah, I would consider going, if you need a bit of more budget, I'd consider going for Luis Diaz, mate. And then maybe getting Solanke, Jackson, instead of a 6 million striker. How about that? Sorry, Dreamers Canvas. We're looking at FPL review. We're looking at team reviews. One thing I was going to say, if you're on your wild card this week, so probably should have said this beforehand. If you're on your wild card this week, and I look at your team in this tool, it won't show me your wildcard team because every FPL team review tool is like this. It only knows what your team is at the deadline last week. It doesn't know what transfers you've made midweek because the FPL deadline has not hit and teams have refreshed and uploaded, etc. And the data just isn't available because you can't even see it in the FPL game. Does that make sense? So if you are on your wildcard, yeah, I won't be able to review your wildcard draft. What we can do, I'll do another feature. In fact, we can do it at 9:30. I'll if you're on your wildcard and want to get your team rated, send it to me on Twitter at GoldenGoalFF, and I'll scroll through my notifications on Twitter of you sending me your drafts, and I'll have a look at them. In fact, if you're on Twitter, Aaron, send it to me. I'll find you, and I'll spend a bit of time looking at your draft because you deserve it, mate. I was just waving my finger around on screen. So Notion Vids, mate. Sorry that your name has been revealed to the world on my screen. So you did Shard, Salah, Eze, Vardy, Saka, Diaz. I like that a lot. Good moves, mate. I wouldn't take the hit though for that, but you've done it now. Theo. Still got 100 people in the stream. Incredible. What a team. Wow. You don't need to do... Oh, you do, actually. I would consider doing Isak to Solanke, Wood, or Watkins, depending on who you can afford. But other than that, really good team. In fact, if you did Isak to... Oh, you've only got one free transfer. Yeah, just get rid of Isak, mate. Bring in Solanke or Wood or DCL or someone. That's what I'd do. Other than that, mate, the team looks pretty much bang on. Hussein? I'll have a look at your team as well, Shaniel. I saw you put it in the chat. 3727390. It's a really nice team as well. I think I would I'd give him a start. Ooh. What would I do here? I'd do Guardiola to Gabriel. And then maybe upgrade Delap to, I don't get Chris Wood. And then 3-4-3, Chris Wood comes in as your striker instead of Delap. Gabriel there, I think that's a good team. Wouldn't worry about Pope against Man City. He'll make a load of saves. That's what I'd do there, mate. Carl Valencia. 22688. Jackal and Klein. Really, mate, you don't need to touch this team. I would roll. I would roll this week. Yeah, you don't need to do anything to this team. Great team. I would roll. Don't need to do anything. Cortex. Just wait for Lewis news. I'd start Lewis over probably Davis if Lewis is in the team and we get a leak. But other than that, this team is bang on. There's no suggestions, mate. I would roll. It's a really nice team. We got Nils now. He had a bit of an issue, didn't you, mate? So let's have a look at that. I'm helping you beat me in my own mini league here. But you are a member, so. Oh, yeah, I see your issue. I see your issues. Have you already made a transfer, Niels? To let me know, have you already made a transfer? Because I'll factor that in, because it says you've got 2 frees here, which would save your team, but I'm pretty sure you've already made a transfer. Yeah, Salah. Oh, you've done Salah to Saka. 2 transfers already. Oh no. I see your problem. Let's do those moves then, and then I'll have your team. The value won't be correct because players have gone up in price, etc. And then you've done Watkins in as well. Transfer in. Manage team in. So. $2 million in the bank. Yeah, close enough. Close enough. We can work with that. The thing you want to know is if Raya's out long term, don't you? You're 2.3k overall. I can imagine the pain of, if you. Well, I think whatever happens this week, unfortunately, you might be due a bit of a red arrow, just because you'll take a hit to have a team you like. Yeah, happy to rate for Raya news. I think we've got all the news that you're going to get, though, to be honest. Yeah, sorry, guys. We've finished the team reviews for now. I'm just trying to help out my mate Nils here. It's just working out if a hit is worth it. I feel like it probably is. You're already starting Greaves, which is uncomfortable. So basically, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 players who realistically could actually get a return this week. Oh. Ooh, sorry, I hit my mic then. The only thing I would suggest, the only other suggestion is using your free hit. Because do you think you will be in a position like this again this season? The only other suggestion is use your free hit, mate. But this team is, I don't know, doesn't feel too far off where you'd be with a free hit. See where I'm coming from? Let's see what Fantasy Football Hub has as the free hit team. Where is it? My team, AI teams. Free hit team. That's what it's saying. Do you think he'll get the same problem though? Because what if Raya's back? He's already used. Oh, he's not used the wild card. Oh, mate, use the wild card. Sorry, I didn't realise you'd not wild carded. I would use the wild card because then you get your 2 free transfers back if you use it. So I'd consider playing the wild card. I think I would. I know your team's not too dissimilar from where you'd want to be on your wild card, but I would consider using it to get rid of the dead wood. I'd consider using your wild card. I think it is the best play, yeah. I thought you'd use your wildcard, mate. To be in 2K overall with no wildcard used is incredible. By the way, well done, mate. I would probably, even though your team is not too far off where you'd want to be on a wildcard, I wouldn't have Raya, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 players in this team that if I was on wildcard, I'd get rid of. So I'd really consider using your wildcard. And I think you will have, you'll have got money out of the players that are in your team that have gone up. I'd probably play your wildcard, mate. And I think you know who you'd want on a wildcard too. I don't really need to tell you too much. I would probably pick a team that looks a bit like that if I was on a wildcard. But it wouldn't just strengthen your bench, though, would it? It would strengthen your starting 11. Because we don't know how long Raya's out for. You're having to start Greaves, Hall, or Winks this week. Yeah, I wouldn't worry. You're 2K overall, mate. I would not worry about having a template team at 2K overall. Whatever differentials, whatever you've done with your team so far this season has got you all the ranked games you'd ever want. I would not be too concerned about being template at 2K overall, mate. And if I was on a wildcard with the team structure you kind of have, I'd go for something similar to this, but I'd go for the Brentford goalkeeper double up, I think. And I'd have something like that. Maybe with Watkins up front, you have to do something a little bit different. Yeah, but the thing is with Raya, you don't know how long he's out for. That would be my advice, mate. Obviously, I want you to play your own game as well, and you've had great success doing so. I hope that helps you, mate. I hope that helps you. Just take your time to think about it. Don't rush anything. It's still got an hour and a half. Chanel, you put your ID in as well, didn't you? Are you on your wildcard, mate? 156861. No problem, Neil. So hopefully I helped you. I want to use 2 of your 4 free transfers to replace João Pedro and Jota, not on wildcard. Okay. What's the assistant manager saying? Interesting. I would probably do. Let's have a look. If I do, I'll do what I want to do. I would do Diogo Jota to your favourite cheap midfielder. For me, it's probably between Semenyo and Rodgers, and then I would consider doing João Pedro. If you can afford it, I would do João Pedro to Solanke. I would consider Jota to Rodgers and João Pedro to Solanke. That's something I would consider. My overall rank, I think I'm 500k overall now after a pretty shoddy couple of game weeks. Or I would probably just play Semenyo. I think he's got the better fixture and he's at home. I'd probably play Semenyo. Martin, that is interesting. Oliver, it's got to be Wood, mate. For me, I've got him. I have the choice. I'm on my wild card. I've gone for Wood. It's something that has crossed my mind. B-ball checkmate. But I look at what Trent has done so far this season, I know he's only got 1 assist, but he has kept 4 clean sheets and 5 starts, and his expected returns per 90 is 0.49. I know he's only got 1 assist, but 0.49 is insane. Just compare him to Rodgers, who, people thought has had a good start this season, 0.31 for him. Compare him to Chris Wood, who scored 3 goals in 5 games, 0.58, so very close to Trent. What's in Boomer? I think in Boomer 0.6. Yeah, 0.6. So, Trent is not far off in Boomo in terms of underlying numbers, and he's a defender who's kept 4 clean sheets in 5 games. So I could do that move myself, but I really like owning Trent. Who has more expected points? Let's have a look. Oh, one thing rather than expected points I would look at. I'd look at this. These are betting odds projections for projected goals. So yeah, that's your what you want to look at that. And I prefer Wood's injury record to Solanke. Prefer that to DCL as well. Sorry, Andy, I'm a little bit confused by your questions. Greaves is the best 4 million, I agree. TAA or Gabriel, you have to have one in both if you can. I'm a bit confused by that question. Sorry. Maybe the word in makes that confusing for me. I don't know if I'm just being stupid, though. I'm already on a -4. I can't do Isaac to anyone below his price. Play it safe and take a red arrow. Who would you bring in? The big question is, who would you bring in? I'd probably play it safe because I reckon you've got some players on your bench that could come in. Would be my guess. Is it worth... No, I don't know. I don't think so. A -4 to bring in a goalkeeper doesn't feel right. Good morning. I have Haaland, Salah, Saka. Would you remove Pedro? I need a bit more context, but if you're uncomfortable with your starting 11 with Pedro on the bench, then yes, I would. I'd replace him, probably with Chris Wood or Calvert-Lewin. Hey Tom, is it worth it to have 3 premium defense? Yeah, don't mind it. Mateta. I'm not massive on Mateta, mate. I would probably go, well, have a look here at your goal scoring odds. I'd probably go for Wood or Calvert-Lewin, mate. Did Solanke go up in price then? No way. No, he's still 7.5. I'm sorry about that, mate. I think Wood or Calvert-Lewin are better than Mateta because they take pens and are cheaper. The latest news on Raya is that he wasn't in the Arsenal team hotel. See if there's any more news on this thread. It's been quite helpful so far. Nothing. Okay. Oh, we're not sharing my screen. There we go. I would prefer Greaves, mate. I think Greaves is the best, for sure. I think Tony's going to give us some leaks. There you go. I flirted with FPL Tony. Just waiting for some news. See if we've got any. No, not seen anything. Go back to my team. So yeah, no more news on Riot other than it doesn't look like he was in the hotel. Smoody, it just depends, mate. It depends on the rest of your team. Opinions on, I like them both, crazy VODs. I don't think Palmer is quite as good as he was last season, of course, but still very decent. Currently I have Trent, Gabriel, Robbo. Should I replace Robbo with someone cheaper, such as Guardiola or Porro? Well, Guardiola's not cheaper. He's only 1.1 cheaper. Porro is, I don't think, worth it. Nah, just leave him. I think Robertson's great. Yeah, I wouldn't replace him. One of the wildcard drafts I was considering has that, mate. For what it's worth. DCL 1.6 in the bank. Do I upgrade? Probably not. I just keep the money in the bank. Should I swap Palmer for Saka? That feels like a real luxury move. Unless in your opinion, Saka is just the absolute outstanding captain this game week and you couldn't live without him, I would not do it. I think it's a luxury move that you could avoid. Or start Garnacho or Solanke. That's really tough. So I'm just checking something a second. I would probably start Solanke. Yeah, I would. I would start Solanke. Palmer will get weekly points, the same as... Yeah, I agree. I don't think there'll be much between them. Should I start Jota or Rogers? I'd go Rogers. I'm not sure Jota plays. Would you take a -4 to bring Saka in? No, absolutely not. Captain Haaland or Salah? Wow, look at my team. Look at my team. That's all you need to see, man. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, by the way. It'd be great to... closing in on 9,000, which would be amazing to hit that on stream. Would you do Isak to Havertz for a hit? I'd start Smith Rowe in a heartbeat, mate. Best 4.5 million defender? Probably Aina, to be honest, or Colwill. Yeah, one of those two for me. I think Chelsea are much better, though. Yeah. Ahmad's good, but not... I just think you can get other players of a similar price that play every game. The likes of Semenyo and Rogers are going to play every game. Raya, Kanate, and Porro, or Fleck and Trent and Aina. Well, Matthew, I'm on my wild card. Look at my team. There's your answer. There's your answer, my friend. Ooh. Will San, you have to wait, I would say, for, and same for Ferrari 61. I am waiting for a Man City leak to decide that for me. Big ups, Anthony, not Gordon. Oh, what's going on there? Thanks for the follow, Sam. Simon, this guy, I'm going to ask him. I just really want Rico Lewis news, as you can tell. Thoughts on Mikolenko? Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Just his injury record's not great. I had the same thoughts, Shaniel, and I went for Eze. I just couldn't see a better midfielder under 7 million than Eze. Even though he's not lit the world up this season, I still went for Eze. Bench 2, Rico Lewis, Collins and Robinson. Ooh, wait for Man City news. But I would still, even if Rico Lewis plays, I would probably start Robinson. Probably. Wildcard active. See if there's any leaks. I'll tell you what would be a good idea to do. If anyone is an X/Twitter user and is on their wildcard, send in your wildcard drafts to me on X at GoldenGoalFF. And I'll have a look at them on stream. So get sending. I'll open up my notifications. And let's see who sends in their wildcard drafts. I'll have a rate. I'll rate them. I agree on Rodgers, mate. I agree. I'm sold on him. I've got him, mate. As you can see, I'm big on him. He might. I just have a feeling he could take a penalty as well. Oh, Aaron, huge, mate. Huge. I'll follow you back. If if you want to send your, because you're the Aaron that gave me a donation, aren't you? If you want to send your wildcard draft in, mate, I will. I'll have a real deep thinking look at it for you. It's the least I can do, mate. So yeah, if people want to send their wildcard drafts in, I'll just share it again. That's my X account at GoldenGoalFF. Feel free to send in. And yeah, we'll have a look. Bench done that. If Eze doesn't score against Everton, he's finished. We'll see. Rodgers will get 2 assists. Yeah, agree. I've said that already. I would start Rodgers, mate. I haven't seen... He looks good, does him die, but I haven't seen enough from him. I have Diaz and Salah. What do you think about swapping Mbeumo for Diaz? No. I wouldn't do it. Mbeumo's great, mate. I would stick to Mbeumo. I'm thinking of doing Palmer and Vardy to Solanke and Maddison next game week or 2. Means I'm doing no premium mid template. It sounds like you've already taken a hit this week, Martin, from what you said. So you're going to take a hit this week and another hit the week after. Louis, I think you just typed something in the chat, haven't you? I really like the draft. I would start Rodgers. Like and die as a nice differential option. What does your gut say, Louis? If you what does your gut say? Yeah, Shaniel. I would also say Semenyo and Rodgers are good options as well. Maybe you could go for Rodgers, just free up loads of cash, and then next week when you get a transfer, you could spend it. Yeah, mate, I'll do team reviews of non-wildcard teams again later on. But if you're on your wildcard, the best way for me to do it is to check it out on Twitter and you to send it in. Top 10. Well, for me, mate, I definitely didn't do it in the best way. The best way is to probably be absolutely sure that you want to do it and hit it straight away. Pick the players you want and take their price rises. But for me, I didn't want to wildcard initially. I had 3 transfers that I wanted to make that I did. And then João Pedro was confirmed to be injured. And that was my reasoning for playing the wildcard. Sam. Bossman Sam. It's a great draft. Is that a wildcard team, or are you just asking me to do... Because if it's not your wildcard, I wouldn't... I'm not going to comment. If that is your wildcard team, though, I wouldn't pick Barco, João Pedro, or Slicker. We're just doing wildcard drafts at the moment, Sam. There we go. Aaron sent his team. Chat, if anyone wants to help out, give suggestions to Aaron as well. Far away, feel free to. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. The first suggestion I would have, mate, I think I said it before, is go for the Brentford goalkeeper double up, because I don't think you're going to really want triple Brentford, sorry. So if you have, don't worry about it, Sam, it's all good. If you have Flecken and Valdmarson, whatever his name is, if Flecken gets injured, you're covered, right? You've got a starting goalkeeper regardless of what happens. I would personally pick Chris Wood over Evan Nilsson, and then that allows you to have the punt of Savio. I don't like Evan Nilsson very much, personally. I like Wood or Calvert-Lewin instead. And then, you've got Savio in there. That's a really nice shout. I think I personally prefer... what was I going to say? I personally prefer Eze. I know that's controversial to say, but I think I do. I'd also consider dropping Watkins to Solanke, because that would allow you to get Diaz in for Savio. Like, I would pick a team similar to this if I was on a wildcard, I think, mate. If you want my wildcard advice, I'd pick a team like this if I was in your position. And instead of Fabianski, I'd have the backup Brentford keeper. I would pick a team similar to this if you want, if you're on your wildcard. Hopefully that helps you, mate. And if you were really bullish on Watkins, that's fine. Have him and downgrade Robertson to like Aina or something. Hopefully that helps you, mate. Really appreciate your super chats, man. That's super generous. And yeah, I hope that helps you. Lee's wildcard. Big ups, Lee. I really like it, mate. The only thing, obviously, Raya. It's really tough in my mind to pick Raya now if you're on your wildcard. I'd consider him in a 4.5 at this point. It's mad, isn't it, playing your wildcard and being... Well, I think it's a bit mad to play your wildcard and then be stuck with 10. That's all right. Who were your subs? Just put them in the chat if that helps. Flecking on the... Oh, perfect, mate. Absolutely perfect. I like your Twitter app, mate. Saw Muncher. Fantastic. Yeah, I agree, Andy. I think Rodgers is going to be great. Michael Klein. Big ups, mate. Thanks for the follow. I'm just going to keep the Twitter notifications on, and then as teams come in, you'll be able to see them. Just won't be a second. I'm just going to check, see if I have any links. Raya at the hotel. Hang on, sorry. So I was just checking my DMs to see if anyone sent me some info. There's a troll that's in one of my group chats that says Raya is at the hotel, but he's known for trolling, so I think he's trolling. No other info in there. Callum Hudson-Odoi. The front three of Watkins, Solanke, and Haaland is fire. Missed out on the sub. Yeah, it's fine. Second on bench, I like it. I like that, Lee. Bench one of Palmer, Saka, Mbumo, Semenyo, Luis Diaz, Wood, Calvert-Lewin, Watkins. Bloody hell. I think you've picked a team with too many good players in it. What does the chat think? What do you think about benching one of those players? I have no idea. My gut says Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, I'm on my wild card, mate. So I had the Wood DCL choice, and I picked Wood. Would you start? I'd pick Solanke. I'd pick the striker, personally. I think Solanke's numbers are better as well. Yeah, 0.79 XGI per 90. Rodgers on 0.3. Yeah, Solanke. Much as I like Rodgers, I think Tottenham will do well against United as well. There you go. That's a better view, isn't it? There you go. James, I want Mbumo and Solanke in my team and Watkins. Wood for DCL if you can. Kanate and Watkins instead of T. Nah, I prefer Trent and Solanke. As you can see, I've got them in my team. No, I prefer Eze to Semenyo, but I could definitely see the logic. See the logic. Any leaks? I've not seen anything so far, my friend. Not seen anything. The thing is, I would subscribe to FPL Tony's Patreon, but I don't think it's fair that I pay for it and then share the info with everyone on the stream, because that's almost like cheating him, if that makes sense. I don't think you can really complain that he's charging money for leaks, because it's valuable information, and if people are willing to pay it, fair play. But I think someone will. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Niels. You're so not keen on Solanke. Interesting. I'm very keen on Solanke. I think he's great. Really, Brandon? Really? Let's have a look. I don't think he did say that, did he? Or did he say that on the stream? Right, I'm going to just go on Twitter, get off my leaked news. See if anyone's got Raya news. I haven't seen it. I'm just going to search. Just going to search for some Raya news a sec. Ooh, sorry, hit my mic then. Ray FPL. Interesting. Interesting. He got Isak info right and has said that Raya is in today's matchday squad. Focal has said something as well. I saw someone saying Focal said something. Where's that? I do know for sure that Arteta did not say that David Raya was definitely out. That did not happen. Hmm. Yeah, not seeing anything. Just going to check my DMs again. Yeah, so it's just Let's Talk FPL suggesting that Raya is at the hotel on his stream. Whew. Arteta does not say much. He's pretty coy, isn't he? Same as Eddie Howe. The two managers just do not give anything away. How many people are on their wildcards then? Wow. 53%. Interesting. Let's see what people were saying. Let's see what people's opinions are on David Raya. I agree on Newcastle, Man City. I think with De Bruyne and Rodri out, I'm happy to captain Salah. And also, Wolves have so many players out. Semenyo fixture gets a bit difficult. We'll get Strand Larson. We'll need to get rid of Pedro Welbeck at some point. I like Larson. I'm sorry, I like Wood. Because I've got him, as you can see. I'm actually going to move. If I move Twitter over here, I can look at Twitter without showing my screen and then send it back, can't I? I'm just going to share my team in a group chat a second. Also, do not forget that Man City are the early kickoff this week. Just going to do a tweet. Bear with, guys. I'm just going to do a little cheeky tweet. I'll be with you in a sec. Right, I'm back. I think Raya could be starting. I would say I've gone from 10% that he starts to 70. Because apparently he's been spotted. So yeah. Will Son start against United? Any sources? No idea. But I think he should. Hello, do you think that Trossard Martinelli? Nah, not for me. I see Jota starting due to Gakpo. Yes, good shout. Nice one, Nils. Got a New Zealand and South Africa friends uniting in the chat. How cool is that? Hello, friend. The faster news. Oh, that's someone on Twitter. We've got a final update from Rob T FPL as well. Anyone's interested in that? I'll share that on stream. I always like looking at Rob T FPL's data. There you go. Lewis or Conser? I would say it all depends on who else is in your team. If you don't have any safe starting backup defenders, I would get Conser. If you do, I'd take the risk on Lewis. Best midfield punt this week, Diaz and Bumo or Trossard? It's got to be Diaz, mate. I actually, to be fair, he's not. The thing is, Mbumo's not what I'd call a punt. I think he's amazing. And West Ham, who he faces, are absolutely terrible. Yeah, let's get me to 10k by Christmas. That'd be great. Thank you, Harmony. I think we're on track to do that. It'd be wonderful if that did happen. 10k by Christmas is my plan. That'd be great. Trent or Saliba? Here's your answer, man. I'm on my wild card. There's your answer. Pick the one I've got. I've gone for Trent. Oh, my live stream is really far behind as I'm watching it back, by the way. I'm just going to refresh that. Surely it's not that far behind. Yeah, it's all right. We're back. My preview was a bit broken then. It was showing me doing the tweet that I was doing like 5 minutes ago. There's no way there was a 5-minute delay. I know you said you wouldn't earlier. Of course, there's a way I can see it working. I would just personally, I don't think I've ever captained a non-penalty taker in FPL unless it was Ollie Watkins for a double game week or something like that. I just really like the thought of captaining a penalty taker, mate. We need proper Raya and Lewis news. Yeah. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. So there's your projected goals, clean sheet odds. Let's go on leaked team news. See if we got anything. What's the poll saying? 55% Raya starts. I agree on Lewis v Conser, and it also, I think the risk appetite is determined by other players you've got on your team. Yeah, agree, Andy. I think Villa are kind of like mid-table for defence. They just have obviously very good attacking players. I don't think Semenyo was ever on pens though, Harmony. That's the thing. Kluivert took one in pre-season, Tavernier, I think, is an option. And obviously Evan Nilsson as well. FPL Shane, are you in sort of the FPL meets space at all? Because I can happily introduce you to, I think it's FPL Nima that leads it. If you guys wanted to do a meet, I could get in touch with him for you and help arrange something. See if there's a group or whatever. I'm in a like a southwest of the UK WhatsApp group for FPL meets. I must say I'm not very active in that. If anyone is watching that's in that group, but yeah. I see your point, Aaron. I don't think there's anything too wrong with the template, though. I think the template's the template for a reason, because it's the good players. Evan Nilsson and Savio are good punts, though. I will give you that. Just waiting for leaks, guys. I'm scouring all the messaging platforms and stuff that I have to see if there are any leaks. Just checking Twitter for leaks, guys. Okay, that's pretty. So the news we've got on Raya then is pretty conclusive, I would suggest. So Tiki Taka Connor, the guy who said that, so I'm relaying stuff from Andy's stream, right? But he's saying the guy who said Raya was not in the hotel has now communicated with Andy, Let's Talk FPL, that he is in the hotel. See if Andy's tweeted it as well. Yeah, in fact, Shane, if you want to do it yourself, I'll show you the account. I won't do it on stream, but here he is. See if he can link you, or it might just DM. If you have Twitter, DM FPL Meets, mate. There probably is a New Zealand community, or you might have to, I might have to take the hit and start it yourself. But yeah, give Nima a message or get on this account. The DMs are open. Just see what they got. Just see what they got. I'm just waiting for leaks basically now, guys. Like and subscribe, man. We're all looking for leaks together. Let's go back to the chat. Excuse me, my voice went then. FPL Tom sent you. Leak is that, so So we go back to that. Leak is that Raya is apparently at the team hotel with Arsenal. Oh man, Shane, there's no biggie, man. Don't feel like you need to stay with me if you like Tom. I'm not not precious. What was I going to say? So the guy last night that tweeted that Raya was not at the team hotel, Tiki Taka Connor, has suggested that he is now at the team hotel. Does that mean that he's going to start? Who knows? Yo, man, would you prefer Palmer or Jota? Jota has been a bit... I would always say Jota. Palmer, mate. Definitely pick Palmer over Jota. Bench 2 of Smith Rowe, Robinson, Lewis, Morgan... Ooh, bloody hell. Chat, if there's anyone left in the chat, what do you think of FPL Josh's issue there? I have no idea. To be honest with you, mate. Not got a Scooby there. Just waiting to see if we've got any leaks, basically. Right, let's catch up again. 2-1, 3-1 to the Villa. What did I say? Here's my score predictions. 2-1, there you go. We agree. Pope or Areola? Oh, come on. Those can't be your two options, man. I would say Flecken, Sells, Sanchez, Pickford are all better, personally. Captain and Gabriel was not crazy. I don't know if my good friend Alexandru is still in the chat, but he's considering it. Lewis or Robinson? Wait on the leak if there's a Man City leak about Rico Lewis. I have to drop Saka to get Salah. Maybe then Diaz to Trossard. I think that's a little bit too punty, because then you'll have Trossard and Savio, right? Which feels a bit too punty to me. Yeah, Aaron, that's the thing. I think for me, if you want to pick differentials, it's cool, but I would realistically go for just one, especially one of like the scale of Savio. I think Savio is a real differential, you know. It's a risky one as well. Thank you, Daniel Wareham. My question this week is bench concert. Oh, mate, we've got to wait and see who plays. We should get some, hopefully get some early Man City news, which will decide that decision, which we haven't got yet, but there's still 45 minutes to go. Go for it, FPL Shane. You can definitely give Tom some banter. He's on a plane to Sweden right now, I'd imagine. We're going for Palmer. Fair enough. Alan Peck, look at my team. That's your decision. Oh, you can't see my team. There you go. Oh, both my shoulders are actually a little bit sore today. Swimmer life. I'm just looking if there are any leaks. No. Thoughts on Eze? I still think he's the best midfielder around that price point. So much so that I think he's better than Smith Rowe, Semenyo, etc., etc. But he does have Liverpool game week 7. Oh yeah, I need to do a couple of things. I need to do my draft. Good reminder. I also need to do the FPL challenge as well. Let's do that. What's the challenge? Complete in 3 different challenges. Oh wow, the Africa series. Bloody hell. A lot going on. Wow. There's only one African goalkeeper. Oh, there we go then. Aina. I'm going to go 1-2-1. It's got to be Salah. Semenyo. Jackson, can I afford that? Unlimited budget. Well, there you go then. That's it. That's the team. That's the team right there. Save that. Saved. Right, so there's that one. Home. Oh, that's game week 7, right. Okay, yeah, that's my team then. Pretty easy to do. I need to go back to my draft as well. Where's draft? Draft. How do I get to the draft? Is it at the top, is it? Draft? Is it up there? Draft. There we go. Yeah, I would wait for Man City team news, to be honest, before deciding who to play. That'd be my view. Switch. Here's my draft team, by the way, guys. Would you make any changes to it? Let's see who's in the market. See who's available. Transactions. Show available players. Do I get rid of any of those though for Semenyo? I don't think I can. Any strikers? Rogers is free still. Any strikers? Forwards. Who's available in this game? Duran. Do we go for Duran? Muniz is available. Evan Nilsson. Archer. Awuni. I don't think so. I think my draft is going to stay as it is. Not massive on Nketiah. What's Fulkrug out for? Achilles injury. That's my team this week. It's not too bad, is it? Let's be honest. Might leave it as it is. Might leave that as it is. Sorry guys, my YouTube is falling over a little bit, so I'm just refreshing, so I can't see the chat for now. Bear with. Right, we're back. We're back. What's the championship, Paul? Is that rugby? Yeah, Wilbus. Exactly what Andy Burton said. Just wait, see if we get a leak on Rico Lewis playing. I think we probably will. So here's Andy's tweet for any avoidance of doubt. I can't show bloody clip, can I? Bernardo Silva scoring a goal. There you go. That's Andy's tweet. What do you make of the Daniel Ricciardo F1 stuff, Shaniel? I think it's a shambles, but it proves that Red Bull are a shambles, doesn't it? Which we all knew already. There's my captain is Salah, mate. Oh, thank you, Chris. Yeah, I've been doing quite a lot of that. I've been doing lots of banded exercises, like face pulls, shoulder cuff rotations, all of that. And then, yeah, going to the gym and doing some hangs as well. Yeah, been doing it all, mate. Trying my best. It is a lot better than it was. It's calmed down a lot. What's going on, mate? Hope you're doing fine. Should I start Isaac or Rico Lewis? Wait for a leak, man. Wait for a leak. The reason I'm going Salah, here's my narrative. So, Man City are missing Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne. They're also playing Newcastle at St James's Park. And I think Newcastle at home are a different beast to away. So I think they're really good at home, basically. Salah is playing Wolves. Liverpool don't have any players out. And Wolves are like, it sounds like they're pretty decimated by some kind of illness. So they're going to be rotating quite a bit. So I think that stands good for Salah. And also, if you don't know the meme, Man City are the early kickoff. And as Mahatma Gandhi said, you should never back the early kickoff. I rest my case. I rest my case. I'm just looking for leaks, guys. A second. Nothing. Come back once he scored a brace. Go for it, man. Eze Smith, Rowan Pitt, and Wood. Well, see, I'm on my wild card. I've picked Eze and Wood. Arnold is just such insane. Yeah, fair enough. Follow Gandhi. He knew what he's talking about. 3 goals minimum. You just said minimum 1. And now you said, or did someone say, no, Andy said minimum 1, didn't he? And you said minimum 3. I was like, you can't change your mind. But you didn't. Come on, we just want some Lewis news. I'm trying, guys. Excuse me. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying my best. Has Raya gone up in price despite the news as well? I think he did, didn't he? I'm just looking for leaks. I don't see any. Go back to the chat. Crystal Palace is worst performance against Everton. They always don't score goals. Yeah, fair one. I still prefer Eze though, myself. No, I think Haaland's better than Saka. I think Salah's better than both of them, and Saka's third, if you were to ask me. Muric is not the end of the world, mate. He'll make a load of saves. I think you'll be fine. If Raya doesn't play, Arsenal clean sheet gone. I don't know about that. Neto's all right. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Excuse me, big yawn then. I've been up since 6:30. Might need another coffee. Guys, if you don't mind, I'm actually going to go and do that. I'm just going to make myself another coffee and have a quick, just use the loo quickly. I've been sat in this chair for 2.5 hours. So I'm going to go and do that if that's okay. I'll leave my team on screen and I'll be back in a couple minutes, all right? Sorry guys, I just needed that quick break. I've been live for 2.5 hours, so I just got another coffee. Do you want to know something absolutely criminal? Is that I don't use a teaspoon to serve my coffee. I'm so good at because I use this mug every day. I'm bang on with my measurements, so I just shake the jar, put the coffee in the mug, and I get it right every time. Basically, I know the amount. So I basically, this little cup that I have, I just make sure that the coffee, there's so much coffee in there that you can't see any of the bottom of the mug, if that makes sense. And once that's full, yeah, that's all you need to do. I'm just going to have a little snack as well. Some little granola bar while we carry on. Keep chucking your questions in though. I'm just having a quick snack. I just saw a video of Semenyo scoring an incredible goal in training. So there's that. A Virtuo Nespresso machine. Do I? How much is a Virtuo Nespresso machine, and why is it? I'm not really a coffee connoisseur, but why is it better than just crap coffee? You have to sell me on that one. My FPL challenge team. Looks like this. I think that's as 10 players it gets, but it looks like that. There's only one African goalkeeper. What can he do? Sorry, I was just chewing. I didn't want to be on the microphone while I was chewing. Back to my team. I like the smell of coffee as well. Smells good. Next level coffee snobness. Fair enough. I'm a very simple man. I drink caffeine and I like it. Still not seen a leak. We're getting scarily close, aren't we? 25 minutes to the deadline and still no Man City leaks. No, for Indra, I'm trying. Big ups from Trinidad, mate. Why did you not have Mbumo? Ooh. Forgot about Mbumo. That's why I didn't have him. I did, didn't I? Oh no, I went to Semenyo. I think it's actually quite close between the two of them, you know. I think Duran is much better, Aaron, for your draft, I would say. By the way, this is my most viewed live stream ever on the channel. So we've had 3,288 people tune in. Crazy. Thanks so much, everyone. I just absolutely love doing live streams and interacting with you guys. I think we're done with team reviews. The big thing to check now is the leaks, I think. And I think the leaks will inform team reviews as well, to be honest. It's just so cool chatting to people in the chat. I really like it. It's like going to the pub and talking FPL with your mates, except they're in a YouTube chat. It's really cool. We see what happened to my glasses then. Ooh. Lewis or Dunk? I would say it depends on who else is in your team. I would always hope you liked the foggy glasses. I would say pick Lewis if you have another 4.5 million defenders that's going to play. But if you don't, I would pick Lewis Dunk. If you're relying on Rico Lewis to start every week, then I would be a little bit hesitant about that. Do you think Estupinian will be an option again? Maybe. What's his price? What's his price? Oh, what's his price? Let's have a look. Estupinian. Is he 4.5? Oh no, he's 5. I don't think so at 5. If he was 4.5, definitely. I don't think so at 5. He's put up some decent attacking numbers though so far. What source is that? FPL Josh. Yeah, I'm playing Gabriel, Conser, and Dunk. Lewis and Greaves. Yeah, I think you'll be fine, mate. Well, it's kind of a very similar setup to me, right? Starting Lewis, got Aina on the bench. I'd go Aina, mate. The Moreno halftime substitution last week is a bit of a put off. Here you go. Here's some leaks. Look, as it happens, David Raya has arrived with the Arsenal team at the hotel. Obviously, it doesn't mean if he's starting. Where is he? We'll try and find him in the video. There's Havertz, Sterling, Ben White, Saka, Gabriel Jesus. Oh, there's Raya. There he is. And Jorginho. Yeah, there's Raya with the squad then. But does that mean he's playing? There you go. That's probably the best Raya news you're going to get. Who, FPL Josh, who is that starting then? Is that Rico Lewis? So this is Luke, who is quite known for predicting the Man City starting 11. And this is what he has to say. Seems like low. Yeah, I haven't seen a City leak. Yeah, City defence hard to read, obviously. Rico could invert. He's saying, can argue a case for most lineups. Well, you can see it there. Ooh. Based on the news we've got, Barmy Army, I'd probably say Sales and Saliba. Because, yeah, we don't know. We don't know if Raya's playing. He's at the hotel, but he could just be at the hotel to be with the team, right? Doesn't mean he's going to play. Excuse me. No, still no bloody leaks. Still no leaks. I want my leaks, but I've not seen any. Do you think Garnacho starts? Likely. He's been good enough. I think he deserves to. The problem with Raya was his thigh, I think. Thigh or his knee. Will Gabriel score today? Oh, he's gonna score, mate, if he's your captain. That's how it works. That's how it works. Just waiting. Some news on Liverpool, if anyone was interested. It looks like Alisson is going to start, but Indicadia is a little bit meh for news. But apparently Alisson has passed his test. Obviously, we've got a video of Raya at the Arsenal hotel. Still no Man City news though, which is quite surprising given that it is the early kickoff. I'm going to come off my For You page now on stream just in case anything comes up that I can't share. Captain Salah. I'm captain in Salah, mate. I mean, look, I've got him. I'm captaining him. You probably shouldn't reveal your source, Josh. You want to protect your source if you can. You don't want to get your friend fired or in trouble. You wouldn't want that. I'd recommend not naming him. Don't worry, it's not like it's going to. My stream's not going to break the internet with 64 viewers, but just be careful, mate. Still no new leaks. Come on, I want some Rico Lewis news. Give me some Lewis news. $56, including Pep Guardiola. Well, I would start Chris Wood, and I would captain Haaland over Saka. My captaincy order: Salah, Haaland, Saka this week, I think. If I use my free hit and not my free transfer, I think so. Unless, you can see in the rules. Let's just double check, because I know using the wildcard. Oh, excuse me. Transfers. Just looking at the rules. Transfers. Make unlimited. There you go. So any saved transfers, if you had 2 saved free transfers, you would still have 2 saved transfers the game week after. There you go. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps you. 13 minutes to go until the deadline, and I still don't know if Rico Lewis is starting. I'm starting to wobble a little bit here. I might be playing Aina. So I was just laughing at a tweet. Yeah, another video of Raya has been shown. Obviously, video evidence of him walking, right, and leaving the hotel. Sorry, guys, I've left the chat for a little while, just looking for leaks. According to FPL, Josh Lewis starts. I also have a captaincy dilemma between Haaland, Salah, or Saka. I'd pick Salah, mate. I've got Salah. I think Mikolenko probably does. Havertz and Robertson or Watkins. I'd go Watkins and Gabriel. Pedro, blimey, nice. I don't think Raya will start. I don't know about Lewis, mate. I really want to know if Rico Lewis starts, but no one knows. No one seems to have any info on it. We're 10 minutes away from the deadline, and I still haven't found out if Rico Lewis is playing, and it's doing my head in. I'm also tempted to make a last-minute change to my team as well, but I probably shouldn't. I want to do Eze to Semenyo. and then nothing. Just have the money in the bank. Because I'm a little bit put off by his fixtures. No, I'm going to stick to it. Stick to it. Stick to it, Tom. Leak that Lewis starts, eh? Come on. Someone said, I don't know. I've just seen that Rico Lewis starts on Twitter, but I don't know the source, so I'm not going to share it because I don't know if it's trustworthy. I think if FPL Tony does the team leaks behind a patron paywall, someone, and it's just the nature of it, someone is going to share that on Twitter. I'm almost certain of it. Someone will put that on Twitter, depending on how many he's got. That's my thoughts. Just waiting for Lewis news, mate. Waiting for Lewis news. I have no idea, Virandra. I don't know, mate, to be honest. I said to do that, get the money. Eze to Semenyo for money in the bank, but bring in exactly. It's just the source that tweeted it, Harmony. You've got to go for the right source. I don't want a premium for Lewis though. I quite like the team. I quite like the team. We could have a play around here. 2 secs. I also don't like the idea of having 2 bargain basement defenders. How much is Semenyo? If I can't afford him, then I'm done. No, I can't do it. I'm priced out of it anyway. He's too expensive now. I can't have that team. So I'm stuck. I tried it. I can't have it. So my decision is made. That's it. That's my team. Oh, yes. Come on. That's as good as a source as you get. Come on. Can't get better than that, can you? FPL Tony tweeting that Rico Lewis starts. There's your news. Cheers, Josh. I've already forgotten the guy's name anyway, so I wouldn't worry. There we go, guys. Rico Lewis starts. Same reason I like Lewis. Seems to be surprised by defender points. Yeah, exactly. I would agree. FPL Josh, do you want to be you want to be our little source? Feel free. Just Raya to go. I don't think we'll get confirmation on Raya though, mate. I don't think we'll get any confirmation on him. Come on, Rico Lewis. That's great news. I need a pint. Do I? I don't drink, mate. I don't think I do. Would you play Aina or Dallo? Probably play Aina, you know. Aina. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. Don't see any Raya. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know about Raya. I should drink. Don't need to, man. Life is better sober. I would start Chris Wood 7 days a week, twice on a Sunday, mate. You don't need to deal with stress by drinking. I do think my hairline might be receding a little bit though. I can't tell if that's my hairline or the way the barber cut my hair, but could be. I don't know, maybe it is what the barber did. Who knows? Could be a bit of a receder going on there. Let's cover that up. Honestly, the last few months of my life have been incredibly stressful, mate. All right, I'm going to do a quick screenshot of my team, guys, if that's all right. Bear with. You're going to see my drift car wallpaper. A second. Oh no. Come on. Bear with. I love Japanese cars, by the way. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to screenshot my team and tweet it. We're back in the game. FPL Holly saying Raya is fit to play. Yeah, I'm not surprised Lewis is playing left back. I think Walker's going to start to try and deal with Harvey Barnes, to be honest. The deadline's about to hit, guys. We got all the leaks we wanted, though. Well, I got the leaks I wanted. I don't think we're going to get anything solid on David Raya. I've lost my chat. Can't see the chat currently. There we go. I'm going to do a tweet. I'm going to tweet my team. That's it. That's the deadline. Salah's my captain. Game week 6. Wildcard active. Salah captain. It's the team. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. I've been live for 3 hours and 1 minute on a Saturday morning, starting at 6:30. If that's not worth a sub, well, maybe my hair is falling out. Maybe I am receding. Who knows? Life is a blessing. You're absolutely right, mate. I don't think there's any more to go through, really. There's my team. Salah captain. Wildcard active. Blimey. I think that's all there is to say, isn't it? I think that's all there is to say. I'll stay on for another 10 minutes or so, just for a bit of chat. Anyone want to ask me anything non-FPL related? Far away. Yeah, FPL Josh, you're my new Man City source, mate. You're my new Man City source. Is Jurassic Park the best film ever made? Nah. My favourite film of all time is probably Forrest Gump. Just remember, yep, 135 likes, thank you. By the way, if you're still watching the stream, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave me a like. 3,600 people have tuned in this morning, which is just absolutely incredible. Fact about me that no one knows. Oh, I really like Japanese cars. There you go. That's my fact. With the time I spend doing FPL now, I don't really have time to indulge in the hobby so much anymore. But yeah, I really like Japanese cars, and I'm really into drifting. I was really into it. This guy is called Naoki Nakamura, and yeah, he's oh yeah, Austin Powers. There you go. And this is him in his. I think this is his practice car. A really wicked track called. I don't know if anyone's interested, to be honest, but I'm going to continue rambling about it. It's called Mayhan. I'll show you. Mayhan Sportsland. If it'll work. And it's one of the most famous drift circuits in the world. And the idea is, basically, you run the wall. So you come out of a chicane, you do like a Scandinavian flick. So the car's driving in this direction, then you flick the back end out. And the idea is to drag the back end of the car against the wall and like kiss the wall. And Naoki Nakamura had his car set up in such a way that the bottom of his wing would spark on the wall when he hit it. So this is a pretty cool photo, I think. He's probably doing 80, 90 miles an hour while he's at a 90-degree angle to the wall, dragging his... I think that's really cool. So yeah, there's a fun fact about me. Maybe if I do well financially in my life, I might be able to go to Japan and do that one day. People watch that stuff. Are you not interested at all? But yes, they do. A lot of people watch it. It's huge. Naoki Nakamura is... It's called the D1 Grand Prix. So it's the Japanese... I think it's basically Japanese F1 as far as they're concerned. And it's... yeah, competitive drifting. I think it's really cool. See if we can get Naoki Nakamura. Here he is. He doesn't look like much of an athlete, I'll say, but he is the best wheel man in the drifting scene for sure. There he is in all his glory. Look at them trousers. No, I'd love to go to Japan though. There he is. Look at them trousers. There's his car, and obviously it's got a new livery on it. But that's that car. that's on my thing. So yeah, there's Naoki. What a cool geezer, eh? Anyone tweeted me anything? No, just that tweet. That's an S13. That's an S13. Yeah, Sylvia S13, that one. But I think Naoki, I think he has driven a... I think he won most of his D1 events in this S15. This was the car that he used to have. He ran this for a few years. Hopefully it'll load. Yeah, there's his S15. And now he's got I think he's got a GR86. Yeah, he drives this now. I don't have one of these. I've got a GT86, like the older version of this. That's what I drive. But yeah, this is what Naoki competes in now. It's pretty sick. You like the camber on the front wheels? They're barely even touching the ground. Look. Yeah, that's pretty sick, isn't it? Bash up a perfectly good car. The idea is not to bash it up. You don't crash it. The idea is to be as stylish as possible. Hilux is probably the most reliable car in the world, isn't it? And what I'm going to do is just leave my team up for now. I'll stay on until 1:15 because I'm full of coffee at the moment, so I've still got energy. I've lost my chat again. Hang on, let's get the chat back. Toyota Spacio. Don't know what that is. I know New Zealand imports a lot of cars from Japan, and a lot of the Japanese car companies, they make cars that don't come to the UK. So they do. They make some cars from that go just to America. They make some cars that are only for Japan, and they make some cars that go to all around the world. I've got a Toyota GT86, mate. I've got one of these. That's what I drive. Without the stripes on the bottom, there you go. That's basically not my car. Actually, yeah, I drive this. This is my car. But yeah, I saved up. I've got it 4 or 5 years ago. I just saved up like an absolute madman to have it. Yeah, but not that expensive, to be fair. I think you can probably get one for 7 or 8 grand in the UK now, which is like an average car price, right? Toyota. I was going to Google Toyota Spacio, wasn't I? Yes, bro. Yes. Which did you have? Did you which mark did you have? Did you have one of them? Sick. Yes. Did it have 6 seats as well? That is cool. I've had 3 cars. I had a see if there's a picture of what I had as my first car. See if I can get an exact one. Not quite. I had one of these basically with a different set of wheels on it. That was my first car. And then this is my second car. I got a bit of inheritance. Yeah, Nils, that's sick. Yeah, this is my second car. I had one of these with different wheels on it. And now I've got my GT86. I like the Altezza, mate. They're cool. I had to delete the channel because it got hacked, but I did have a personal YouTube channel where I had a few videos of my car on it. But I've had to delete that channel now, unfortunately, because someone hacked into the account. But yeah, Nissan 200 SXs are cool as fuck. Cool AF. I will show you a very cool video of a Toyota Altezza. This one here. I won't play it on my channel because I think it has copyrighted music. There's nothing worse than being a hacker or scammer, is there? Watch this video, mate. This channel in general is really cool, but watch that video. That's cool, Josh. Toyota is definitely Japanese. It's such a big company that they have their own city now. It's called Toyota City. Jota starts for Liverpool, by the way, after the deadline. Guardiola also played. Wow. One of my favourite videos, I've got 2 more Japanese car videos to show you. There's a really good YouTuber called Monkey London. I also really like the A86 as well. There it is. This is a really cool video. I've got 2 really cool videos to show you. You too, John, mate. You too. Here's another one. Watch these videos. They're cool. Monkey London. Chaser. This one. There's some cool car videos. Oh, he's tried to hack me, look. Look at that. This is a really cool video as well. My pleasure, guys. I think I'm going to end it here now as well. Quarter of an hour after the deadline. I've been live for 3 hours and 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to have a rest. I wish you the best, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. 3,750 people watched the stream today, which is absolutely incredible. I'm so grateful. I really enjoyed it. It was great talking to you all. Yeah. Cheers. Been a pleasure. Good luck, everyone. That's all I've got to say.